Hi, this is Barry. I'm a retired electrician. After 40 years, I took up quilting as a hobby in retirement, and welcome to the channel. Now, most of the time, 90% of the time, we talk about quilting. Occasionally, we talk about things about retirement, but today, I like to give back to you in what we call the Memory Makers Button Club, and that is where, we got the jar here, people send us buttons, just closed buttons, with a little note about their hopes, their dreams, their goals, memories, their favorite memories of in the past, along with the button. I read the note, and then we put it into the jar. We call it the Memory Makers Button Club, and that's what we're going to do today. Now, today's a special one because I'm going to try to do this in one shot. You know, I usually pause even to tell, oh, and by the way, occasionally I'll tell a couple jokes, and I'm going to tell a couple jokes in this. And with Halloween coming up here, I'm going to do a witch theme today. So let's get started. Just stick with me, get a cup of coffee or your favorite soda or beverage or water, and just enjoy. Last weekend, I went to the Cincinnati Sewing and Quilt Expo down in Cincinnati. Isn't that funny how that worked? I had a really good time. I met several people, and my first button I will show you here is from Drew and Sheila. Drew gave this to me at the show, and it's a, let's just take a look at it. It is a very nice, unique button. I like it. And I was really happy to meet both Drew and Sheila. I think we ran around into each other almost every other aisle, which I don't know about you, but I have the gift of gab, so I think people were actually. I think Drew and Sheila were running from me, but I caught them. But anyways, there's the button. I really appreciate you giving the button, and Drew and Sheila, welcome to the Memory Makers Button Club. And that deserves a joke. I had to write them down today because I can't remember them all. What do you call witches who live together? Broommates. Huh? They don't get any better than that, by the way. So there you go. All right. We got our next little button up here. And a nice little decorative card there with, what is this? Looks like birds on it. And it says, "Hi, Barry. I'm enclosing a button from one of my dad's old Oxford cloth dress shirts. He passed several years ago, and since then I wear his shirt whenever I am doing DIY projects in hopes the shirt will bring me some of his DIY wisdom. I want to dedicate this button to the Button Club in memory of my dad and to recognize not just him, but all dads who make their daughters' lives better in ways they don't even realize." And that's from Brenda. And Brenda is in Ohio. And I got to meet Brenda, and she's a really nice lady. Let's take a look at this button. Nice little button. That's off of, I think she said off of one of her dad's shirts. So that's always a special memory. So Brenda, in honor of your dad, welcome to the Memory Makers Button Club. I just love getting letters like that. Let's see. Now this little button here, it's like one of those 60s thing. It has a little glitter in there that moves around. It's pretty neat. I'll see. Hope you can see it on the camera here when I get it. Yeah, I thought I'm going to try to do this in one shot today. Let's see if we can. All right, here we go. This is from Lori from Oxnard, California. It says, "Dear Barry, I recently found your channel and enjoy how down-to-earth you are. Sew for the Button Club," SEW, Sew for the Button Club. "This is for my niece. We are extremely close, always celebrating our birthdays. She had mentioned to me how she wanted to collect buttons for making things. So I found some selling them in a gallon plastic bag, 3 of them. I picked them up, and on her birthday, she laughed so hard, I was cracking up too. Precious memory. And that's what this is all about, is making memories. My birthday followed several months later. For my birthday gift, she made for me a beautiful picture frame with the buttons around it and a beautiful picture of us. Wonderful memories. This is a great thing you're doing for us. I really enjoy hearing everyone's stories. I also enjoy your jokes. Thank you, Laura from California. And Laura, thank you. And like I said, that's like, I forget what they call that thing there, but it's got like a little, that's probably unique to our channel. A little green button, pretty. And I like the little star here. You can see it. Awesome. So, Lori from California. I want to double check. I never want to get somebody's name wrong. Lori from California. And for memory of like you and your niece's birthdays, welcome to the Memory Makers Button Club. Yay. All right. I think we have time for a joke, don't you? Yeah. Why couldn't the little witch read her spell book? Because it was written in cursive. Cursive. Let's see if I can take this one. Should I take this one? I'll just leave it on. We'll leave it on. We'll leave it on. This one is from, my friend Tara in Indiana. Tara writes, Dear Barry, I was cleaning out a sewing table I purchased last summer. A Singer treadle table. The machine is very old shuttle machine. It still has the torpedo shuttle and 3 bobbins. I actually know what that is. If you'd asked me a year ago what that was, I'd had no idea about the shuttles, but I now know. I can send you pictures. The machine is not savable, but the table will house one of my many Singer 66 machines. I don't know what that is. I know what Singers are, but I'm not familiar with the 66. This button caught my attention, almost reminds me of the quilt you made for the fair. Light blue and the braided pattern is beautiful. I'm very impressed with your quilting journey. I'm an experienced beginner myself. I typically do baby quilts and family members for holidays. A couple of my friends have received my creations. That's what we do. We make memories. I now make matching pillows to go with their gifts. I sent my first quilt to a long armor this week. It's my final Christmas quilt for camping for a wonderful family member. I think I'm reading that, for camping for a wonderful family member. Then off to start my best memory quilt ever. More to come. As you know, lots of us can post pictures on Facebook until the quilt has been received. Many will understand. Keep up the great work, Barry. Let me know when you post this video. So many videos pass me by. Why do they pass you by? You're supposed to watch every one of my videos. Sincerely, Tara Simonson. I hope I pronounced it right. Simpson Sewing Studio. And she's in Indiana. Well, Tara, I've seen your work and you do beautiful work. Believe me. I've commented about it before because I'm amazed. But let's look at her button. It's a beautiful blue, light blue button. I don't know if it says anything on there when it was made, but I'm always fascinated. But you can tell this is probably fairly old. And I'm just going to keep it just like it is. And Tara, thank you very much. And welcome to the Memory Makers Button Club. See, guys, it's that easy. That easy. Let me get these all ready here. Here's some more unique ones. Oh. You like the way I say that? Oh. Let's see. This one is from Patty in Mesa, Arizona. And Patty sent this really nice card with butterflies on it. Love it. And flowers. That reminds me of my friend Linda, who did those, helps make those butterflies. Hello from Arizona. Love your videos. You are good. You try things I won't attempt. That's just because I'm crazy. I love your button club. Here are a few to add. No story behind them. I just thought they were different. Keep up the good work. Hugs, Patty. Well, Patty, I love your card. We keep all of our cards. We keep all of our mail. But let's look to see what Patty sent. She sent 3 little buttons. This one here, these look to be, I'm not a button expert, but these look to be fairly old, if you can see. Now this one here, let's see if I can show it to you. This one looks like it's, oh no, it looks like it's a star and a moon. That's pretty unique. Well, I'm pretty sure it's Patty. Yeah, Patty from Mesa, Arizona. Thank you for the buttons and welcome to the Memory Makers Button Club. And just FYI to everybody else, once you're in the club, you can't get out. It's lifetime. Sorry. Sorry. All right, another joke here. We got about 3 more buttons left. The best place to search for information about witches is Wikipedia. Get it? W-I-C-C-A, Wicca? Wikipedia. I'm going to take this off. I'm going to show you both of them, but I think this is meant to be taken off. I hope I'm doing this one right. And my grandkids are getting older, so I'm pretty sure this one is Lilo and Stitch or something like that. I don't know what one's Lilo, one's Stitch, or if they're both, whatever. But I'm going to tell you what. This one is from So Forth and So On in Taylor, Michigan. And they did the best job. They put this in this and sewed it. So actually, this is the first one I actually had to use a seam ripper to open. But that's pretty unique. But it says sunshine and coffee. Awesome. And So Forth and So On, they sent me this little, can you see this right here? It's it says the pocket prayer quilt was especially made for you to slip in your pocket throughout the day when your fingers touch the cross inside, and I can feel a cross inside there. Inside the quilt, be mindful of God's love and grace for you. Keep it as a tangible symbol of God's peace. And that's what I'm going to do. And thank you, So Forth and So On. I really like it. And I just think they did a great job of sewing that together. But let's look at her button. Here's correct me if I'm wrong. Is this Lilo and Stitch? Is this Stitch? I have no idea. But anyways, thank you for the button. And So Forth and So On in Taylor, Michigan. Welcome to the Memory Makers Button Club. All right, we got 2 more, and we got 2 more jokes. So we got to tell another one. So not all these are good. Matter of fact, most of them aren't good. But a witch tells the time by looking at her witch watch. There you go. I laugh at myself. Not necessarily the joke. Well, let's see here. Let's put this right here. And this one comes from Kim from Melbourne, Florida. And Kim writes, hello, Barry. I would be delighted to join the Memory Makers Button Club. I am sending a wooden button for the jar. Originally born and raised in Medina, Ohio, now in Melbourne, Florida for 34 years. Love your YouTube channel. Best regards, Kim. And Kim, I got to go to Medina here soon for Christmas. They got the Castle Noel, if you've ever heard of it. I want to go up there and see it. It's a big building. It's got all kinds of Christmas memorabilia from movies and stuff. They got Cousin Eddie's camper up there. I've got to get a selfie in front of that thing. That's on my bucket list. But let's look at this nice wooden button. We'll look on the back there. I love it. I love it. So Kim in Melbourne, Florida, thank you for the button and welcome to the Memory Makers Button Club. Okay, one more joke and one more button submission here. What happens to witches who break the school rules? They get expelled. Expelled. Ta-da! Drum roll, please. Oh, these are some nice buttons right here. I just did these random, but it looks like this, you know, one of the best for the last. And I can tell you, I'm not very good, but that looks like Bakelite. I'm not real good at identifying stuff, but that's what it looks like. And look at this card. This is a handmade card that's been sewn together. Really nice. I really like it. And let's see who this is. This is from Helen from St. Clair Shores, Michigan, I think. I think that's, it's CLR, because that's short for St. Clair Shores. Helen, I love your card. I hope I'm not missing anything, but here's the letter. It says, "Hi Barry, I've been following your YouTube programming and enjoy it very much. Keep up the good work. I wanted to be part of your memory button club, so I have sent the enclosed buttons. The large dark button is from my mother's very large collection that I inherited." Ooh, that's this one right here. That's the one I said I thought looked like maybe Bakelite. You tell me if I'm wrong. The pink heart was in my sister's things I got when she recently passed. So that's the little pink heart. Awesome. And mine is the cross-stitch one, just one of the many hand projects I do. God bless and continue doing what you do for all of us. Sincerely, Helen. Well, Helen, thank you so much, and I really appreciate this. Helen, I'm just going to say Helen from Michigan. and take it. Well, let me show you this again. That's the one she did. She did herself. That's awesome. There's the back of it. Now let's look at these other ones on the back here while we're at it. There. Well, Helen, in memory of your sister and your mother, I want to welcome you to the Memory Makers Button Club. And thank you very much. And just like that, it's over. I hate to, I guess until the next time we see each other, you know, you'll just have to wait. But I hope you enjoy these. I try to be a little entertaining. I love giving back. I love chatting with you. I love meeting you guys. So like I said, I hope that next year is going to be bigger and stronger than this year. And I think the future is going to be bright. So just keep on getting out there and making memories. And I will see you later. Bye.